What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. It's episode 304. My guest is Jason Cave and Josh, both good bros, both funny dudes, comedians. Come out here and check them out on Thursdays. Open mics. I believe Josh is doing some shows. I hope Jason is. Check them out. The comedy, great dudes. I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Izzy Money Vintage, best vintage in town, in the state, in the country, and in the whole goddamn world. Shout out to the boy. I believe he is doing his 1 year anniversary on the 22nd of March. So if you're in town, check that out. If not, I think he's on Depop, but also come visit if you can't do that day. He's got the greatest things: tech, cowboys, rock gear. He's got his own line, everything. Cool American gear. I can't praise him enough. He's the GOAT. So shout out to him. I want to also say, you can check out patreon.com/snakepitstudios where we do Conversation Pit. I got a new show on there called In the Pit. That's on the $5 tier. And also on the $5 tier is where we do part 2 of the Patreon. So if you finish the episode and it just cuts out, it's because part 2 is on Patreon $5 tier. So please subscribe and listen to the rest of the episode. It was a fun time. Jokes, comedians, fun time. Bro stuff. So if that's not your thing, God bless you. Don't listen. Thank you guys, but you can also subscribe to the YouTube. That's a free and easy way to support us. I have some merch available. Come check it out. Hit me up if you want to sponsor a few episodes. Get your business out there, your podcast, whatever it is you do. Let's make a deal. Let's make it happen. Thank you guys. Hope you enjoy the episode. Yeah, I think it actually tastes good too, though.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Coors Light.
Yeah,
I just had McDonald's too, so I think that's why it slaps.
God, we're all gonna be shitty.
Yeah, just shit faced. We can kill this fucking box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
I was gonna say, I mean, what is it? 15 pack?
We better.
18 pack?
We're here, boys. What's going on? How are y'all? We already had an interesting conversation. Apparently, we're like Californians or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck that was?
I didn't say that we were Californians.
I said we were like, right?
Us Texans are also like some Californians and vice versa. Really, it's just you could say the same shit about any other state.
Yeah, any
except maybe like Hawaii. They probably
No, there's white trash in Hawaii too.
They got a bad heroin problem.
Yeah, it's like they're probably some of the trashiest people as the natives in Hawaii.
Those oles.
Yeah, especially the white people in Hawaii. There are some.
Yeah, I bet. There's some colonizers.
Sure. All right.
Speaking of Hawaii, I always randomly get people from Hawaii come up and ask me if I'm Polynesian or.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You think you're Samoan?
Yeah.
You're just like, no, I'm diabetic.
Basically.
Just kidding, bro.
No, I just have that. I guess when I smile, like, I got that big old smile where my eyes be closing. So.
That's funny.
Oh, shit. What's going on, brother? You doing all right?
Oh yeah, can't complain. Had to buy two tires this morning, but besides that.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. They were cheap as fuck back before COVID, huh?
Yeah. Before, it's like $50 a tire is what I used to. This one was still cheap compared to tires. It was 130, so can't complain about it. But
What brand you get?
I have no idea. It's whatever they had. They only had one option.
What do you think your dad paid for tires back in the day? Do you know?
I'm sure a couple hundred.
Like for all four?
Hell, I don't know. Maybe.
Probably around like 200.
Yeah, I just feel
But
like
I'm sure
like,
tires are made better now than what they were back then.
That's true.
Is that true?
I say,
hell yeah.
Well, I say that, but people be having like hot rodders. They have like a lot of the same tires. From
They
back
want
then.
those old ones, right?
Yeah, I feel like
they'll use them when they drive it, and then they'll take it off and then put on.
how much has the tire technology really changed? I mean, it's rubber.
It's changed a lot.
Well,
Believe it or not.
Really?
I'm
Just
pretty
like the
sure, like,
condom.
if you skid, shit like that, like stopping, I don't know. Fuck it. You got to buy them anyways, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Bro, they're starting to make airless tires. Tires for like
Big Tire doesn't want us to know that.
Yeah, they're starting to make like fucking tires with like these vertebrate spokes inside in between
You
the
can like
rim
see through it too.
and and like it's supposed to be more resistant to like potholes
How do they-
and bumps and shit.
I bet just because they've always had like tires that were the reason that were just all rubber, but they road rough. That's how come you never put them on cars.
Bro, you know how many more fat bitches you could fit in the fucking truck now because you have those airless tires.
I think me and you go after different women.
Yeah, that's true.
I recently saw.
I just fuck anything.
I recently saw something where it was. I was talking about the vehicle that the president drives, like all the features that it had. Like, guess the protection for protection, like it could withstand like a miss, like someone's pointed a bazooka at it,
Like an RPG or whatever.
like that. And then if it's being chased, it could spew out oil slick. But apparently, for the tires, if it gets shot out, it's able to stay. I don't know if there's something in the tire, but I really wonder what that tire technology is. Where
they don't go flat.
Yeah, like
I've seen this video that you're talking about, and it's a little older.
Yeah.
So who knows what he can do now? Probably can fly off,
Who knows?
Wait, well, hold on. What happened? He shot it and just.
It has like a secondary tire that will come back out.
Yeah, it'll like patch the hole
It has
itself, like or
his
something
blood
like that.
in the car, the type of blood he needs.
Yeah,
It's like air sealed, so you can't poison him.
Sick.
But
I don't know. There's no telling what kind of technology they have. They just hadn't showed it to the public.
Well, I think they have we have pretty cool technology if you're talking about military shit. Like some shit that
I'm sure.
you're obviously not supposed to know. Like I honestly think that it's probably the UFOs, bro. You know what I mean?
You think that's what the drones in Jersey were UFOs?
No, I wouldn't say that. I was just thinking.
they said they were authorized by the FFA. So.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. That's my guess. They were doing some sort of military training thing, and they don't want to tell us what it was.
Shit, I don't know.
But now whoever the government knows what they were and what they were doing. Otherwise they would have been shot down. But
I seen something similar to what they're talking about fly over his apartment because they've talked about how they look like airplanes. So I saw like a drone, like it was big, but it was flying real low. So I mean, if a plane's flying high, you hear it.
Yeah.
This plane, it was shaped like a plane, flew over their apartment. Silent,
no, that's not
silent. And I have heard that. Man, we can go down a whole rabbit hole with this shit, but I think I saw one of them fly over their apartment.
So I was listening to.
Ago? Yeah, about a week
Here
ago.
in Lubbock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to Matt and Shane's secret podcast, and Shane Gillis said he saw one in Austin fly over his house there. So
That's a goat podcast. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I think I
so-
saw this shit over here too.
True. Shout out to the dogs.
So it's not just Jersey, I guess, but not the Jersey one was crazy. There was like dozens of them just flying everywhere.
The crazy thing
Well,
is,
you know how like in the Avengers they have the helicarriers. Like, who knows if there's something like that and we don't know.
see, I've heard that this guy, I don't know if it was real or not, say that unless you shoot it with like infrared beams, it looks like a plane. But once you like use the technology we have, it shows up on the screen as something way different. Like it's a whole different craft, but it can make itself look like an airplane.
every now and then you'll see like mugshots of people that they arrest for shining lasers like at planes. Like, how do they catch you?
I don't know. They probably posted it on social media like idiots.
They get it from
Or
the
someone
trajectory,
rats someone out, like, oh, it was him that did it. Because like if you go out in the field, like I can understand if you're at your house in the backyard doing it, but
if you just, I feel like you have to be close to an airport for that to actually make a difference. Like
I don't know.
like I'm just standing in my backyard and one's flying however far up. I mean, I don't think me pointing a.
Well, because we were at a buddy's house. I won't say who, but he likes to look at the sky at night. He's always like, "There's a lot of air traffic," but he'll like use the laser, but he won't point it directly. He'll just like circle it. He'll like, "See, it's right there."
Didn't you show me a video? They pointed a laser at one and it shot one back.
Yeah, I like shot one back.
Oh, wow.
It was like,
Shit.
It lasered them. It was like that's why you can't be doing that shit.
That's why
crazy.
I said the trajectory. I think it calculates.
It shoots like actual laser. You can
That's crazy.
So what I will say about this friend we have, he's into the mystic arts and psychedelics. So about a year or two ago, he told me that if you do mushrooms, you can summon UFOs. This is what he told me. And recently a documentary came out that we have a program where psychics can call UFOs with their mind and control the craft with their mind. So now I'm like, is he onto something here?
Bro, I was on mushrooms the other night and I was just sad. Okay, there's no.
That's all that happened
Yeah,
to you. You're not calling UFOs. You're just getting sad and thinking about your ex. And
Bro,
Where's these mythical powers you're talking about?
Bro, I ate an eighth of mushrooms thinking I was gonna get like all meditative, and then I just started thinking about her, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
God damn.
I was like, the sadness that transcends a high is. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, brother. That's pretty. Actually, I would fuck them. You know. That shit.
Yeah. Fuck you. I want you to be as sad as me.
Yeah,
You got some
fuck.
shit to work out, brother. Damn.
No, I'm good now, but fuck the mushrooms though.
Except when he's on mushrooms. Like,
After a little bit, I laid down because I got tired, but then like my body kept jerking because obviously I was on mushrooms, and so I was like, I can't fucking sleep. And I just started working out in my room because I have like kettlebells and shit, and I was just hitting them bitches like to like 3 or 4 in the morning, and then I had work at like 5:30.
were you working out during your relationship, or is this a new thing that you
This
started
is a
doing?
new thing I've started.
Doing a glow up,
Hell yeah.
proving her wrong.
Yeah.
Look what you're missing.
Yeah, maybe I wasn't a piece of shit. She was right about that.
Well, maybe if you were working out, during the relationship, she wouldn't have left.
All right. Now
That
I
too
feel like
deep?
now I'm a bigger piece of shit though.
No, you're good.
Because I'm just
How old are you?
26.
I'd say wild out for like 5 years.
5 years. God dang,
Just
31. Still
You can
slinging.
still shoot seeds at
That's
31.
true.
What? 31's not old. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah, that is
That's young.
old.
bro.
What the fuck are you saying? 31's old?
I got a baby face, so I can use that card. You know?
I think-
I'm actually out here trying to look for a sugar mama.
You could be in.
Yep.
Yep. Babyface helps. I tell at bar PM, I lie to the sorority girls that show up there every once and say I'm 25. So
Wait, how old are you?
31.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're fucking not.
Yeah, I
Damn,
am.
we're spot on.
You look like you're 28.
Okay.
Holy shit.
You could be in 21 Jump Street. Y'all some Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber looking
motherfuckers. That movie is so funny, bro. That's the one where he fucks his daughter, right?
And the second
That's
one.
the second one.
22
Oh,
Jump
okay.
Street.
This is the second one, but yeah.
Because they like,
like
high
it.
fiving, and then they go meet the parents, and it ends up being Ice Cube's character.
Yeah.
He's just getting
Then-
all
then-
them green beans. He's like,
what's
give me
his-
them green beans.
And he's like, so.
Then
do you
Channing
like-
Tatum character just starts when they find out. It's like he just
Oh.
runs all over
When he
the.
finds out, that made me laugh so
He runs
fucking
all
hard.
over the police station saying he fucked the chief's daughter. Just
And then during that
can I get
dinner,
another one too, please?
during that dinner scene when he's trying to break the ice, and he goes, "So, do you like weather?"
So, do you like weather? Good lord.
They don't make movies like they used to.
They really
It's not even
don't.
that old of a movie, is it?
No, but
Maybe 10
comedy
years?
films like that.
Oh yeah, they haven't.
Apparently, there's a shift now. They're starting to. They're gonna crank them out.
I think
They're gonna
ever,
bring it
ever
back.
since Seth Rogen broke his friendship with James Franco,
Which-
it hasn't.
Even before that, they haven't made. I don't think they've made a great comedy movie since The Hangover, the first one.
Pretty much.
Step
I mean,
Brothers.
That was before The Hangover, I think.
Well, it's about the same time.
It was about the same time.
That was kind of the last of
But
it,
that was the
right?
last
That
because
whole
even the
era.
21 and 22, those are fun. I like those movies, but they're not the same as like
like
Superbad.
Talladega
Yeah.
Nights, Superbad,
Bro,
The Hangover.
Talladega,
Those were like
semi-pro.
those are the
Tropic
last.
Thunder.
Tropic
Talladega
Thunder.
Nights was.
Those are really the last
was
true
pretty
comedy
Yeah.
movie classics.
Bro,
that all that
Break my arm, Frenchie.
which I don't know. They
these
don't.
colors don't run.
Which I don't, no one, no studio wants to take a chance on a comedy movie
They're saying they are now.
because
the
before
culture
you'd
has
get
shifted.
you'd get like 5 comedy movies a year. It seems like a lot of them were just dog shit, but like they would make some of them, and then you'd get a Hangover or Step Brothers or something like that. Now it's like I don't know. We get The Machine.
And not to get not to get political, not to get political, but they said because of the new administration, just the way that things have shifted.
We can say the N word again.
No.
Oh.
No. Well, you can say whatever you want, but that now, like literally, like people in Hollywood, the execs are like, no, we're making
Comedies again.
We're taking chances because everything has changed.
I mean,
Well, you got
it wasn't even just
Give
comedies.
Shane Gillis his money and let him make a fucking movie. God damn it, bro. That
Well,
show would be
um,
hilarious.
Well, movies that have like the big names like Tom Cruise and all that, they don't pull the numbers like they used to.
No, it's just Hollywood, just in general, not just comedy. They're
Yeah,
not.
like theaters and all that.
They're not. They don't take chances on anything. It's just they all.
Redos or
It's
sequels.
reboots.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Yeah.
Which rules, by the way. But I say, like, if they were serious, they would give, like, Shane, Theo Vaughn, he's doing his own movie.
Yeah, Theo Vaughn and I think David Spade are
they're
doing,
doing their own, but
doing a movie
they're
together.
self-producing.
Yeah,
But if they were, like, serious, they'd give these guys all the money and let them.
I don't
make the fucking movies. Man.
I don't fucking watch no movies except like like my taste is like old shit. Like I like
Casablanca and shit.
No, hell no, not that old.
That is a good
I
movie. That's a great movie.
I like 90s and like fucking older 2000s type shit.
Weren't you the one who was telling me about what was the Demi Moore movie where the substance? No, that was Ricky. Never mind.
Nah,
That's a good movie too.
y'all ever seen Good Will Hunting?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
That movie is fucking awesome, bro. I watch that movie a lot.
All right.
It's like a.
I want to get inside your head. No,
I know,
hold on.
it's-
No, hold on.
All
What
right,
the fuck?
let's dive in. What's up? What do you want to know?
How you like them apples?
Yeah.
What's it like? To, oh, I was gonna make a joke. Never mind.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Bro,
Well,
I
you said
told him
what do you? Well, you said what do you want to know? I was like, what's it like to suck a dick? That's really what.
it's,
Have you sucked a dick?
I think once.
You think once?
I was passed out, probably.
So,
'Cause
they
you-
raped you.
Because you claim you're bisexual, but I've never heard you talk about it. Like, just you'll notice a
just,
hot chick. I think you just say you're bisexual to be different.
Nah, I honestly, I talk to dudes and shit, but I don't know.
Have you ever jerked a dude?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Okay, that's gay.
That's gay.
Fair enough.
yeah. No head. Head is kind of musty shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
don't do
saying?
that, bro. That's for women.
There's a thing where you have to like maintain some masculinity too, at least to where, like, because you're bisexual, you're chasing the other game too.
Yeah. Well, I was
So
thinking
what you're saying is you won't make out with a dude.
Is that what you're
that's
saying?
I
not
could
that's
kiss
not
a
as
dude.
gay as sucking
Yeah,
dick.
I
I mean, it might be gayer.
I don't
Passionately
know.
making out
What
with
would
another
you do?
man.
What would you rather do though? Would you
I mean,
rather
they both
kiss
sound
a dude?
awful. Like, but I mean,
know.
passionately making out with a
Why you guys say
Dude.
passionately? I don't know. That is pretty good.
yeah.
So you're not. I don't know.
Just give him a little sweet kiss. Nah, fucking.
I was gonna say something. I can't even think about it right now. What does he say on Talladega Nights? The gayness is making the room spin. Whatever.
He's like, head spinning because all the gayness.
That movie is so fucking hilarious, bro.
What's funny is on that part when they have the mini documentary about, I forgot the character's name, the one that Sacha Baron Cohen.
The Frenchie.
Yeah. And then like they start
Even his horses
kissing in the
again.
video, and then the reporters from the Speed Channel are like,
Don't they say even his horses are gay?
yeah, we're also gay.
That shit is so funny because I like it when he's playing the jazz music and they're like, "What is this? Turn it off!" And then he goes like, "You do not like jazz music?" He's like, "We keep it on there for
I think it's like
profiling."
Profiling.
He's
We
like,
have that in Seal.
yeah. I was like, Seal's pretty fucking good.
I mean,
Kiss from a Rose?
yeah, let's say that's the only one I know. I only know that one, but
I love
it's a jam.
creeps.
I always have friends like when Spotify rap comes up, and like I have a friend who her number one is Seal. I'm like
Are you
will
just
you
listening? Are you just listening to this "Kiss from a Rose" on repeat over and over and over again?
It's always like these one hit wonder artists, and I'm like, how are these in your top 5?
Like, I could understand the song being in your top 5,
Yeah, the song, yeah,
but like the
artist,
artist himself, Seal. I couldn't name you another Seal song.
nope.
Yeah, why would you post that? Just keep that shit to yourself. I don't know.
I listen to the Beatles, and they give me shit about it.
What's y'all's playlist like? What do y'all like?
I mean, it's a combination of just everything. I mean, I listen to
What is my playlist?
like on average for the past couple years, it's been like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana, some newer bands like Khruangbin, Gary Clark Jr., like that kind. It's different.
I got you. I've been going like to Oblivion and like fucking Crowbar and
Damn, that's what Jen likes.
Metallica and fucking
Oh, shit.
She really
Scarlet House and
by default she plays a lot of Crowbar. I kind of like them, but I don't put
they
it
go
on.
hard.
Crazy.
I love Corn though. Corn is my
Corn rolls.
Corn does rule.
What do you listen to?
I'm just Red Dirt. Not even new, like Red Dirt that stopped at 2018.
You like a lot of Pat Green,
Yeah, Pat Green.
Corey Moore,
Yep.
Morrow,
Yeah,
Sick.
Charlie Crockett's about to drop a new album.
Charlie Crockett.
Crockett's
I'm
always
looking
on my
forward to
top
that.
Yeah.
The
too.
Lonesome I think it's Lonesome Drifter or some shit like that.
Yeah, my top 10 for this last year could have been my top 10 from 2014. It wouldn't have changed. All the same artists. It wouldn't have changed.
So far, like Luke Combs and Morgan Waller, I have yet to get into.
I can't get into that shit.
It's just,
Luke Combs. I mean, there's a couple songs I liked enough. They're not on my playlist, but I'd sing along when they came on. But Morgan Wallen, I don't know. I don't get.
I tried. I couldn't get it.
I
either.
like the song "Cover Me Up," but I like Jason Isabel's version better.
I don't even know
He rules.
what we're talking
what were we talking about again?
about. Yeah, hold on. What?
I don't know. You're the one who brought up playlists. I don't
Country
know.
music.
Yeah.
We're talking about country.
You don't listen to any country?
I mean, I used to listen to like just
So now when you're all,
purely Texas country and shit.
When
Yeah, I mean,
you're
that's
all-
literally what we were talking about.
yeah, dude.
Oh, okay, sick.
Do you like what's that fool's name? Coetzel
No.
and that other dude.
I can't get into
Is that other
Coetzel.
guys?
Which Coe Wetzel, he popped.
Oh,
in-
Parker McCollum.
Parker McCollum. I like some of his stuff, but Coe Wetzel popped, like first started getting some traction when I was in college in Stephenville at Tarleton State, and that's where he kind of got his
That's
start.
where he's
So
from.
yeah, so I've seen him at bars and hung out with him before, but I mean he wouldn't recognize me at
Dang,
all.
you're-
But he would not recognize me at all. But like,
You're a Texan from Tarleton State.
yep,
Nice. Oh yeah.
completely ripped off Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
guns
Texas
up.
State does that too because
Oh,
it's the state of
yeah,
Texas.
that's what our. I didn't. I was 2 years ago is when I discovered that our thing is supposed to be. I thought it was a gun, but no, it's supposed to be Texas.
This was the shape of Texas.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I went there.
Oh, that's cool.
I went there and did not realize that until
Bitch.
2 years ago, and I went there and graduated. Never realized that I thought it was I thought we were finger bang. I thought it was a finger bang.
I'm gonna start doing this.
Because of course this is Tech.
Yeah,
TCU is this for some reason.
isn't Oklahoma State this too?
Fuck
Yeah,
them
yeah.
motherfuckers.
Pretty much everything.
They're the Cowboys, right?
Supposedly the way the story goes, a Tech cheerleader went to go work for Oklahoma State and was like, well, we need to have
that's so cool.
our traditions like the way Tech does. And that's why it's a lot of the similarity.
I was just thinking. I mean, Red Raiders and Cowboys. It's makes sense for both of them.
And
Yeah,
then-
fuck them though.
Yeah, I don't know why this is TCU.
What's
a
What's
whole-
this one?
This one's Aggie.
That's Aggies. Good
God.
gum.
And then this is Houston.
Oh.
It's the Cougar Claw.
They
Yeah, it's the Cougar.
they're shockers. Their symbol's the shocker.
Yeah, it's the Cougar Claw.
Baylor is this.
Houston.
Baylor's that. Yeah,
We're not talking about that school today.
SMU I don't think has one.
Sure they do, but who cares?
And then I tell someone this. Apparently, Kansas State, it's this because it's the Wildcat. It's the W and the C.
Oh, okay.
Dude, this is still fucking like. I never
Then
knew that.
OU does this.
Fuck
We're number
OU
one.
too.
But yeah, I always thought we were just also doing because Texans and guns also make sense
Yeah.
too. But nope, it was the state of Texas.
This rules for us too because the Serbians who were Catholics, when they were fighting, this is their battle cry: Father, Son, Holy Spirit,
Is that right?
Holy Trinity. Dude, now I'm doing this all. Every picture I take from now on, one for Tech, one for
You're gonna be
Texas.
like, are you part of the occult?
They're gonna think I don't like.
You
fucking-
part of the Lubbock occult?
You don't like sports, do you?
Yeah, I'm alright on sports to be honest. Like
Yeah,
I
you
like
talk
watching.
close to the mic.
I like watching shit like in the moment because
Weren't you
it's
the one
entertaining.
weren't you the one tell me of some Tech player from like 2005 that made a tackle or something? Like you showed me the video
Yeah,
of him.
just because I met him,
Oh, okay.
or just because fucking he was a JSO at the jail I was in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you told us about that.
Yeah. The dude,
Yeah.
bro, I've seen him tackle a dude in jail when he had to restrain somebody, and bro, it still held true.
It's still in him.
It was still in him. He let it loose. He was just like that. And I
That
was
poor
like,
soul.
bro. Yeah, well, luckily it was like a kid, like almost his size.
Oh okay.
But even then, just seeing that clean tackle, I was like, damn. And then we all had to go up, but no, that shit like, hold on, what were we talking about?
Don't fucking say that anymore for the rest of the conversation. Just let it happen.
Just keep
talking.
But being in jail, it's like,
Oh god.
oh no, I'm not in the sports, not too much, but in the moment, I like watching it. I try to keep up with some UFC shit, but
That's
I
going on
think
right now.
I
Did you guys see what's his name?
What's up?
I
Bryce Mitchell.
I was about to bring that
Bringing up
up.
his.
What happened?
He went on a rant about the Jews.
He said that he likes Hitler. Hitler's a good guy.
He went on a rant about the Jews.
Hey, his quote, not mine. I'm gonna butcher it, but he's like, Hitler loved his country and just wanted to get rid of them because they were doing this, that, and the other. And Hitler's not a bad guy. Like,
Did they let him go?
no. Dana White was like, that's free speech. But then Dana was like,
That's also retarded.
but if you want to fuck him up, go ahead because we don't fucking align with that. But no, I didn't let him go. Shout out to Dana White for that, though. I don't agree with what he said, but
Yeah.
shout out to Dana White. He stayed true, man.
Oh no, my
That is true. That's America,
my
man.
Twitter algorithm is so weird. I have so many just alt-right Nazis on my
Bro.
Twitter timeline.
That is all. I hate to say it. That's all my Twitter is. Like,
What is
Jews this, Jews,
Jews
that.
that, Jews this, Jews that.
Damn, mine is just porn. I was just talking. Some of
Dudes
it,
or
some
girls?
of it. Both.
He's staying true too. Yeah, dude, my shit is like Indians stink. Like,
Well, that's just facts. Like we know they like it's the curry. They can't help like just change their diet. They would smell better.
like, and then now it's UFOs. A lot of UFOs too. But yeah, I saw what he said. I was like, oh shit. They're pulling up old shit from him. Like apparently he's pretty retarded and says a lot of wild shit.
Which I mean, he said some shit like he said some shit I agreed with, like about the Federal Reserve back like a couple years ago that are in the fiat currency and our money's not real. It's like that's true. And it says it's the Jews. It's like
Yeah, you
we
can't
don't need
say
it.
that.
We don't need to make that turn. Like
You know how many times you said that to me in private conversation?
I'll say that on a podcast too because it's funny. Like yeah.
That's true.
Miley,
Yeah, it's fun saying it's fun playing an alt right guy. Like that is a fun thing to
It
do.
is fun.
But
I will give you that. It is pretty
Mine
fun.
lately's been. I told Roy about this. I was talking to him. Now it's in my damn algorithm. It's all this anti MLK shit.
Damn.
Well, because like apparently like the files came out and there's been a lot. Apparently he was like not a good guy at all.
well, that's been known. He cheated on his wife a lot and was a communist.
Well, yeah. I mean,
That's exactly what it's saying.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
I
that's
mean,
been known.
Well, I mean, we've always known about
Yeah.
the cheating,
and possibly rape
but
someone.
But basically he was like the first like he did.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Which that rumor has kind of been out there
He's
for a while
powerful,
about
I mean,
him.
he's a powerful man.
And then he was
Yeah, I mean,
killed
no.
him.
and then he was hanging out with like young Bill Cosby at the time and Quincy Jones. And
Dave Smith, stand-up comedian, he had a bit in his first comedy special about MLK, and he's saying, and it was like he cheated all over his wife, but we don't remember him for that. He's like, we remember that he told the speech, and his whole thing is like, great men cheat. That's why they're great. Like no one becomes great just to keep fucking your wife.
Jesus.
but
That shit don't bother me. It's the communist shit that bothers me.
well, and then there's like also in the file something about like Rosa Parks that apparently she had a card the whole time.
It was staged because they tried to do it in another town before, and it didn't work. And then with somebody else, like they had
but
already
this-
tried different. Not to say that it wasn't great and the movement wasn't great and it benefited guys like me, but it was staged.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard-
Also, the problem with the civil, all that was it was government enforced. It was like government, like this government would force segregation. If they would have just stopped that, like
Yeah, it was like illegal to.
it was illegal for businesses to let in blacks.
Yeah.
Like if you would have just got rid of that, they would have businesses don't care about color. They only see one color and that's green.
That's true.
Well,
Mostly,
I
there's
don't-
gonna be some. Obviously, there would still be
in the
some.
South, it was different.
There would still
I
be
think
some, but
about
no,
that
like
scene from
the
Django.
businesses, like the
I'm gonna get in trouble for this one.
the the bus companies in the area, they wanted to segregate before and they weren't able to. Like after that happened, they tried just to go out there and desegregate, and they weren't allowed to because the state stepped in and said, "No, you can't let that happen."
Yeah,
Man, who
where
knows?
would go from there?
I don't
You're
know.
gonna get me off on a.
But who knows?
Let's talk about now, not back then.
Yeah, but who knows what the hell happened back then? Because all these files coming out soon. We'll find out.
I'm ready for the JFK ones.
Honestly, I can give a fuck what color skin you got.
But I heard
Obviously,
But I heard
you know?
something about.
None of us give a fuck.
But I heard something about JFK that most of the documents have been released. But
Very redacted though. Like
just
again,
haven't really like said who did it verbatim.
But does it keep?
which
Will it get delayed? I have a feeling it's going to get delayed.
No, it's just gonna be like a million pages, and you're gonna have to go through. I think
That's how
someone
they do
said.
it every time.
I think someone said literally 1 million pages are gonna get released.
And it's
They
probably
gave
going to
you
be
a
still
fucking
nothing
book.
that's like not really answer anything. It's like, the truth is they're going to say we don't know.
But is the government really going to document who really did what?
I mean, it was the CIA, so I mean,
But did they really document everything?
there's probably some like what do you call it, like black files or whatever that they're trying to get.
You know how long it's gonna take to read 1 million pages of
Yeah,
information?
I'll wait for someone else to do it and give me a summary
But
of
we
it.
have AI now.
That's what I was about to say too.
Because
I'll ask ChatGPT what it said.
so it's
Don't do that.
No, they're woke as
They're
shit.
pretty,
so
they're
there's
pretty censored.
so I recently learned about this. There's this AI program now. I want to say it's called AI Talk. I could be wrong, but what it is, it's supposed to help you study. So what it is you have a document you're supposed to read, you copy and paste it, and then it generates a podcast. Like when you play it, it sounds like two people going, "Oh, in today's podcast, we're going to talk
that's cool.
about." Yeah, like it like generates like an actual conversation, and it's easier for you. So who's to say with these documents?
People are retarded.
But who's to say with these documents they'll just I mean, I feel like it's a lot easier now to go through files than just sitting there and reading it.
Yeah.
I also think we know who did it. I think it's pretty simple. Like
I think it was the
like,
CIA and the mob.
X, Y, and Z did it, and here's how they did it. I think that's hidden in there somewhere. I think they like.
I think the CIA did it, and then the mob helped them cover it up because
They shot what's his name?
Jack Ruby had mob connections in Dallas.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of
He kind of got fucked over by the Cubans too, and that whole shit. It all ties together, but
Well, I was telling Roy
like-
about the Kennedys that they had ties with the mob at the time, and especially the Italian mob
in the 30s, like they were
Yeah,
what's his name? The dad Joseph.
he was a dad.
Yeah, he was helping them bootlegging whiskey with the mob in El Capone during the 20s and 30s.
Well, apparently it was the old families, like in the old country, like apparently the Kennedys has something to do with getting the U.S. into Italy during World War II.
Yes.
Because how they went through Libya.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yeah, the mob helped them get into Italy through Sicily
Damn,
in
imagine
the
that.
World
There
War
was also
II,
that
and
other,
then the mob with their connections to they helped get Jackie Kennedy elected, and
Chicago, right?
just in the 60 election because it was a super close election against Nixon, like down to the wire.
Because they won Illinois, right? It had to do with
Yes,
something
it
with
was
Chicago.
Chicago, and just helped them get over the edge to eke out a victory. There was some other shady shit in that election, and then after they got elected, the Kennedy administration went after them, particularly RFK, who was the attorney general, went hard after the mob, and that's why they felt like they were betrayed by them.
And then they fucked over the Cubans in Cuba. Everybody hated Kennedy. He wanted to get out of Nam, close down the Federal Reserve. Like,
Yeah.
it's clear. Like everybody was like, "Yeah, we." But I've heard it was Lyndon B. Johnson that was like, "Yeah, we'll fucking kill this guy because I want to be president."
I don't know if it was Lyndon B. Johnson who came up with the idea. It was probably more
think he
someone.
co-signed it.
He co-signed it.
Yeah,
he said,
he
"Hey,
was like-
would you get behind this?" And I wouldn't be surprised if he said yes. And let's go for it. You do this, I will give you your war.
Yep. And then he was like, "Give me the presidency."
Shit.
But what's wild is I don't think he knew what he got himself into because
Oh no, yes he did.
Well,
He-
no. He finished the JFK's first term, and then he ran for re-election
And
he
won.
won that one. But he could have ran for another one, but he dropped.
He
out.
dropped out because he was so because Vietnam was so unpopular at that
Yeah.
point, and he wouldn't have. He would have, like everybody says, oh, he wasn't going to win the nomination. He would have probably been the Democratic nominee, but he dropped out. He's like, no, like he wasn't going to win the presidency.
He probably would have lost to Nixon,
He would have lost to Nixon.
and then he died like 4 years later, right?
I don't know.
I want to say he died like
He was
3 or
older.
4 years later.
I mean, he was younger than both Trump and Biden were, but
They
That
said
was the '60s, man.
they
They
said
all fucked
LBJ
up.
was great at like intimidating.
oh yeah, I mean he was because he recorded everything. Like there's old recordings of him just like on the shitter, just cussing people out. Just
That's funny. That's got to be a great job to do that.
Pull that
Yeah,
mic closer to you, man. I can't hear you.
Yeah, eat the microphone.
There you go. You leave right there.
All right, bet. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I just got tired of sitting up.
No, earlier you said ChatGPT is very censored, and it's like I've gotten in an argument with ChatGPT before, like back and forth about the moon landing.
Argued with a robot.
Yes,
bro.
about the moon landing.
Well, there's a human behind the program. So.
About the moon landing. It's trying to tell me that it happened. I was like, what about all this stuff? Like,
He's like, that's been disproven.
I think
You're
it
like,
happened,
"How?
but
By
I don't
me."
think we recorded it.
I don't think it happened. The more you look into it, like I'm not saying it didn't happen, but the more you look into it, the more it seems like bullshit.
There was a dude. He was in charge of this base, right? What's this one in Clovis?
I don't remember what it's called.
But he was saying like Kubrick came to that place and they filmed a little bit of it there. Like it was, I think it was filmed here, but they went.
I mean,
Who knows what they saw up there
Lubbock,
or what's up
Texas.
there? But no, I know Clovis.
Was it Clovis
Also-
or
the
Hobbs?
thing is,
Hobbs.
Oh, Clovis.
Also, but you also Kubrick and his ties with the CIA, and then the fucking warehouse where the Doors dad.
It's Clovis.
Yeah, that one.
Cannon.
Who's the Doors? Jimmy Morrison.
Jim Morrison.
His daddy was involved with that fucking place that there's a warehouse in somewhere in California.
Now, I heard that name before. Who's Jim Morrison?
lead singer of the Doors.
So
Okay,
his
there we
daddy
go.
was like in the military, CIA dude.
But yeah, just the reason they say we haven't gone, like, not that we haven't gone back. They say we can't go back to the moon. It would take us. They say it would take us 15 to 20 years if we just decided to go back.
There's too much debris in
No,
space.
they claim we lost the technology. Is their actual reasoning why we
official
can't go
reason?
back? That's the official
Well-
reason from NASA is we lost the technology.
Man, NASA's-
How the fuck do you lose
Well-
the technology? Everything else is improved.
No.
They made it to the moon on something that has less computing power than what we have in our pockets, but we lost the technology.
Well, I just remember a guy that I used to go to school with at Tech. He was an engineering degree. He told me that the reason why, because the ones at the time, they were doing these equations like on the spot, and so I guess like real time they were doing it.
But they not keep it down. They not keep the records.
I don't know.
It's crazy. It's a crazy
You don't
reasoning.
think if Elon wanted to go to the moon, he wouldn't be able to go at the end of the year?
I don't know.
When
He's
his
trying to go to
rocket-
Mars.
I know he's
so-
trying to go to Mars, but if we were like, let's put a man on the moon
He said, "Fuck the moon."
next.
Yeah, I think you should shoot for the moon first
I think
because
he
seeing
could
how we've
probably
never
get-
been
I
there.
think he could get there in a year based on his technology.
I don't know.
and see if
The thing is,
see-
like nothing. None of his manned missions have gone past the radiation belt that's
Yeah,
at
the Van Eysen belt.
Yeah, none of them have gone. None of his missions have gone past that.
It's hard to.
Exactly.
it's all an
Exactly.
illusion,
But
bro.
somehow they did it in 1969. Is that when?
69. Yeah.
Somehow they did it then, but we can't. Elon
would be
Musk
so-
doesn't have to.
It
Can't
would
do
be
it.
so sick to interview a Buzz Aldrin. It would be so sick. I really want to.
He'd slap.
Yo, have you
he
seen-
slapped people
Yeah, I know.
who said it was like.
I like him for that because I thought that was cool. Man, I
But
don't
if
know.
I'm just saying,
tell
if
me
you
don't-
if
tell me
you've
you're not
a-
a guy who doesn't believe in space. Like you. believe
no,
in
space is
Okay,
real. The
thank you.
world, like I think the Earth,
You don't believe in the firmament and all that shit.
no, it's round. I
Thank
believe
you.
in space. Just
This is like
the moon landing is a little far fetched.
it's fun to argue about or just hear everybody's like,
Yeah, and it's not. And I don't know either way. I'm just saying, like the more you actually look into even what the official story is, the more you see. It's like this seems kind of fishy.
It's
Have
also
you ever seen? Sorry, I cut you off.
Good. I was going to say it's also fun to like when a country talks shit about America, and be like, yeah, well, you haven't landed.
Yeah,
a
we
man
went to
on
the moon,
so
pussies.
fuck
Yeah,
you
that is
guys.
fun. You're right. That is so much fun.
Like they, whatever. They're like America's. Well, you haven't landed a man on the moon, so don't worry about us.
We're doing fine. All right.
Well, have you ever heard or seen the press conference of the 3 astronauts when they landed back on Earth? Have you ever seen
When
that?
they were in their little decompression thing.
No, it's like they're doing a press conference and all these reporters are asking them questions, but they look real like down and sad, like they're just like
Because they were told not to tell what they saw, probably.
Well,
I
can I
think-
tell you
Or-
this? I think I've always thought that like
There's aliens on the dark side of the moon.
No. Outer space is an illusion.
Pyramids. No, I see you're one of them, huh?
I said, no,
he's just
no. Outer space is real as far as like physicality and like you seeing shit. But I think there's like a thing where an outer bounds
We
where
live in a
humans
dome?
can't go. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
called what is it called? The
Van Allen radiation belt.
Yeah, that one. Is that what it is? Okay, I don't know.
I
just
think
said
about
that,
it
but
as like, I don't know. Once I start thinking about space, I start getting tripped out and scared.
It's fun to think about.
It is fun to think about.
I
Bro,
love the
because
idea of
there's
aliens.
really nothing holding back from us being destroyed right now.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, literally nothing. But fuck nothing, bro. The cycles in the universe could change. You
And
know,
they do.
gravity could fucking.
The poles are shifting, bro. So,
That's what I'm saying.
Things happen.
I mean, we live in a world now where a plane could just crash at any moment. A meteor
Can
could,
run into a- can
meteor
run
could
a-
crash on us. At any
A plane
moment.
can crash into a helicopter.
No, did you see the one in Philly?
Yeah, I
Last
just
night.
seen that one.
No, there's another
Oh
one.
yeah,
One just
that-
fell out
this
of the
was
sky.
last night.
In,
Oh,
in
no, I didn't
Philadelphia,
see that
killed
one.
like 20 people.
Fucking A.
Yeah, dude. Shit. I'm like, ooh.
It was a Learjet.
Did that one just
500.
fall out? Like what? What?
The videos, there's a lot of videos. It literally just.
You seen the
Did
one
like the
where it was
engines?
the guy
The
going in
engines
his
fail. Is
house?
that what they're saying?
I don't
Probably
think
happened.
I don't think they know yet.
Because I mean,
But
because if all engines fail, there's no like planes will just drop.
oh, my bad.
Because like the idea is like, oh, planes, like your engines fail, you can coast down. No, if all of your engines fail, there's no coasting down. It just drops.
It looked like it was on fire.
Hmm.
It also
Got
looks like a
shot
missile.
down.
I don't know. I've seen some videos,
It's
man.
crazy.
Yeah. This was right after the helicopter one.
Whoa.
Fucking A.
Imagine you're just
There's
walking,
some crazier
that's it.
ones.
Do y'all know who Billy McCusker and you guys listen to War Mode?
Yeah,
I don't listen to it, but I know who they. I know them
Fuck
from.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, I hope the boys are all right because they live in Philly.
Yeah, they do. They live,
my
but
God.
I don't think they live downtown.
That's North Philly, so I don't know
Oh,
where.
North
I don't know
God
where.
dang, and that's someone's ring cam while they're like,
Yeah.
I
caught
don't know
it.
where the
Fuck.
boys live, so I'm like, I hope they're good.
This is what I was thinking when I saw this going. People always make the argument that the explosions that happen with 9/11 they can't be that big. That was just a small like private plane, so it makes sense why a big ass commercial plane could make such an impact like that. But
Got any thoughts on 9/11?
I think it probably happened.
it for sure happened. It really did happen.
Oh, no,
But,
Well, but the Building 7 is weird.
that one is weird.
yeah.
But it wasn't a controlled demolition.
No, I don't think so. But Building 7 is weird.
But you have to think though,
That one is weird.
where that land is, that's just an island with skyscrapers that
Yeah.
are millions pounds on top of this land that's wet underground.
And a lot of those buildings are like 80 years old.
Yeah, and
Like when 9/11 happened, the Twin Towers were like, I think they're built in like the 20s or 30s.
yeah, and then like two big explosions happen. It rocked that land. Like it was basically like an earthquake. Pretty much happened. I would think.
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Aftershock. I think that's the best.
Because I had saw a document.
9/11.
Well, no, I had saw something where when they built the Twin Towers at first, they had to do this special structure to keep the water from the Hudson River from seeping in because that was a big problem. So
Yeah. And aftershock from like that happening, ground shaking, and aftershock causing Building 7 to
Yeah.
collapse. I think that makes somewhat sense to me. I don't know if that's what they claim happened.
I don't know the science behind it, but
But that's the story I would say if I was trying to cover something up. But I don't know I don't even know what the official story for Building 7 is and why they collapsed. I haven't looked that deep into it. I just
Any
know it's weird.
documentary about 9/11 never even mentions it.
Yeah.
You don't like. I
They
heard
never even
No,
talk
Building
about Building 7.
I've never heard of anything like that.
I only-
even mentioned. I only heard about it from Wikipedia, Joe Rogan, and some other fucking
Yeah,
bullshit.
I
Yeah, I
only
was
heard
like, the
that.
only thing you hear about Building 7 is from 9/11 truthers
Yeah.
saying that it was all an inside job.
Yeah, I guess we can't say conspiracy theories anymore because everybody's got everything right so far. So
Like that's the
Bro, the
that's weird
government's
thing.
been blowing up buildings for forever.
But that's
bro.
the weird thing. It's like if there was that they don't mention it is weird.
yeah, they don't.
They don't even give you like some sort of explanation for why Building 7 collapsed.
Y'all know who Terrence Yeeki is? Rest in peace to Terrence Yeeki. Terrence
Oh,
Yeeki, he was a guy for the federal
OKC
building.
OKC bombing.
Yeah,
he
the
was
Oak-
a cop that killed himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they found his fucking body. They with 17 bullets.
What'd you say?
They found his.
No, what'd you call his name? I think, isn't it Terrence McKinney?
No, it's Terrence Yeeki.
I don't know his
Yeeki,
name.
okay.
I know what you're talking about. But I don't know
Yeah,
his name.
Bro, they found his body riddled with bullets. He had like
At
4
OKC?
bullets. Yeah, he
No,
had,
it was
like,
afterwards. He
saw
ended
some
up
shit,
killing
bro.
himself,
And
afterwards.
they found his
'Cause, like,
body
he
riddled
saw,
with bullets, bro.
like-
They had like 4 bullet wounds to the head, and they said it was like the worst suicide they have
Dude,
ever seen.
So,
I was like,
so Matt and
fuck
Shane's
you.
secret podcast. This is how I know about it. Talked about this, and that guy's son hit up Shane about like what happened. Like he texted him like, "Yo, that was my dad." And correct me if I'm wrong. This man saw more than they say. Like there was 3 guys,
Yeah, what they say? What's his
Said that
name?
they were dressed tactically.
but he saw federal agents cahoots with these fools.
in the official story is just what's his name was the guy, right? Wasn't it? Or
There was 2 guys in the van.
and then they never found the other guys, and they found what's his name. That's the
The one that's in the Colorado right now.
yeah. I forget his name.
Yeah. But
I
there
hear
was-
his name. I'll remember it, but I can't remember it right now.
So like he got in trouble. I think one of the other guys died.
Yeah.
But that cop saw the reason he committed suicide. He saw federal agents involved in all of this. Like they blew up that building on purpose
Ooh, man.
because
I bet
Hillary
you-
Clinton maybe her shit was there.
don't know.
Epstein.
And they blamed it on the Davidians.
No, the guy-
He saw the church burn, right? He was
Yes,
there.
the guy who did it or supposedly did it was
No, not Koresh. That
no,
was,
Koresh was the Branch Davidians. The guy who supposedly did it because of what is Ruby Ridge and Waco was the reason. It's like, oh, government overreach. I wanted to punish the government, like, and then they blamed it on far right anti-government people.
Yeah.
It's like this is right wing extremism is like the talking points that came out of it, but he wasn't a part of any of that. He just saw it was Ruby Ridge, which had nothing to do with the Branch Davidians either. It was just a couple that like that's got this a very anti-government guy that they said was a white supremacist, and they went in there and murdered his family.
Oh man, I bet you
Shot
when
his
the government
his kid
Yeah,
right
his
in his
wife and
hand.
his kid, his wife and kid
Oh my
in that
god.
standoff, and then the Waco
When the government finds you, I bet you it's fucking
Timothy
Timothy
McVeigh.
McVeigh.
Timothy McVeigh.
Have
fucking terrifying.
have you ever been to the OKC bombing site?
No, I have not.
Oh, that's a weird site.
I don't want to go there.
No, it's
Those
just
kids, man.
Is there anything at the Branch Davidian place?
I don't know.
Shit, I don't
I tried to go out there, but my mom. I was young. My mom didn't want me to go.
shit. It's probably just ranch land, right?
I mean, it was. I mean, yeah, technically it was a ranch. Like
I think
it
it's
wasn't in like
developed
a.
now. See, here's what I want to hear what you think about this. This is what I've heard. We, for the longest time, probably since like the 80s, wanted to implement like Patriot Act. We wanted to be able to survey our own people and kind of control our own people. So in the 90s, you have this Ruby Ridge, you have the Branch Davidians, and then you have Oklahoma City, and they're labeling them as domestic terrorism. We've never heard this before. Now the public here, and this is just the culture of whatever. The public sees that, but they're white dudes. So the public's kind of not like rocking with it a little bit. So then the shadow government's like, maybe
Let's make them brown.
Let's go to the Middle East. Let's make these people brown, and let's kind of prop them up to do a 9/11 because we need the Patriot Act. We need chaos so we can implement more.
stuff.
And because I had heard in the 90s, one of the guys got arrested at the World Trade Center, and when they were helicoptering him out of there, he was like, "It's not over. We're gonna get that building."
Yeah.
You know that,
Yes.
right?
Al Qaeda tried to do a
But we
bombing.
I think we propped up Al Qaeda for this
Well,
reason.
we propped up Al Qaeda back in the late 70s, early 80s
To fight
when
the
they
Soviets, right?
yeah, when they were fighting the
We
Russians.
gave him pretty much oil money, right?
Well, he was Saudi.
Yeah, he was Saudi, but then he was fighting in Afghanistan against the Soviets in the Mujahideen when we were funding them to
Okay.
overthrow the Soviets in Afghanistan. But yeah, no, that. So I don't give our government that much credit.
To plan that all out.
Yes, which
This is why I said shadow government.
But why?
Yeah, I know,
But
but
what's
my-
the purpose of all this though? Like what? Just control.
Surveillance state, social credit scores.
Well, I also think that there's like a combat.
I'm not even saying that they don't want that, but the
combating
idea that they're
Russian shit,
planning
too.
all this stuff, like there's puppets behind the scene, I don't buy into. I think they funded Al Qaeda, well, Mujahideen, which became Al Qaeda in Afghanistan, because they realized, like, oh, we need to stop the Russians, and then it blew up in their face. I blame more on incompetence than I do malice, which I think there is definitely malice in the government. Like, they want to control us, but I don't think they're doing this. Just, they fuck up, bad stuff happens, and then they take advantage of that to seize more power. That's really how I view most of it, but
I mean, hell,
I am also open. Like, I wouldn't put it past any of them to do this stuff, but all this evil behind the scenes puppet mastery stuff, but I don't know, it just seems far-fetched to me.
What about Yuri Bezmenov? You ever heard of him?
Heard the name. What's this?
I also think that at the same time, you know, what'd you say?
Mujahideen?
No. But the incompetence
Yeah.
of American politics and all that, as far as navigating like what was that? Diplomacy and shit. It gets messy, right? You know, but I also think that they're actively combating dissension within the government as well. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of fucked up shit that's foreign here. You know what I mean? Like shit from Russia, shit from China, you know, shit from everywhere, you know? And Yuri Bezmenov, he's a I guess a Russian defector from like the 60s or whatever.
Oh, he's got that video.
Yeah, he's talking about.
He kind of lays out the plan.
Yeah, he's talking about how China and Russia have a plan of like.
Yeah, it's a really eerie video because it's happening now.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and it makes sense because look at everybody now. Everybody's fucking retarded.
Like
scrolling and looking
Like
at videos
infiltrating
and
the
just,
colleges and shit like that.
And look,
like
yeah,
woke ideology
and it's just it works with the same metaphor of like, you know, a house is only as strong as its like internal structure or whatever, you know. That might just be architecture.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Is it also the what is it called? Correct me if I'm wrong. The military complex.
Industrial complex.
Industrial-
They want,
Yes, they want
war.
more
Right,
because a lot of people are making a lot of money off of war.
Well, war makes money.
Yes.
You know what my friend told me? And I was just like, he worked in the military, and he was telling me about like screws, just normal screws that you could buy at Home Depot for like $1 or whatever. They were selling to the military for like thousands, a single screw. Like that's how it works. It never really like connected with me until he told me that. Like this is how the military industrial complex
Yeah.
works, because these contractors sell to the military, but like a fucking screw that you can buy, you and I can buy, they're selling for thousands.
And then I mean,
You know, that's
yes,
how,
that's
I did not realize that that's the level at which it works.
And then I mean, they used 9/11 to launch wars, which 9/11 was done by Egyptians and Saudi Arabians, Al Qaeda. They used that to go to war with the Taliban, who really had nothing to do with 9/11. It just so happened that Saddam was living, not Saddam, Bin Laden was living in Afghanistan. And then they launched a war in Iraq who had nothing to do with it, all off the back of playing fears like, oh, Saddam Hussein's working with Al Qaeda, which was not true at all, and just to start these wars. I mean, in what was his General Wesley Clark, like in a speech, it was right after he retired from the military. He was just back there talking to someone not long after he retired, and he came out in an interview saying, "Oh yeah, they told him that they were going, he saw a plan that they had planning on going to war, overthrowing Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, or Libya, in 5 countries, ending with Iran in 5 years." We've gone to war with every country in there. We just got Syria. Well, it took longer than 5 years, but I mean, what's his name? Assad just fled Syria, and we took over that. Like it took him 20 years instead of 5 years, but like it all played out just like.
Now let me ask you this, because I just heard about this. Like, it's all because we want Iran.
Yes,
Because
Iran's the big.
Iran's at the doorsteps of China, and we want that that's a strategic place for us to be able to be. This is what I've heard. Like, once we get Iran, because then you could put troops right at the fucking border of China, because it borders China, or maybe there's another country, but
No, it's probably China.
there. And that's why, like, it's ultimately led up to us taking over and taking down Iran so we can get to China. Because I've heard that 2027, the war with China, that's when it's going to happen. This is what I've heard.
When do we take
honestly,
over Turkey?
We don't
have. I mean, Turkey's
like
technically been our ally since the 60s.
They're semi-NATO.
But is that the same thing because they border Russia?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's part of it.
this is like- this is why
That's
we
why we originally let them in NATO. Which
This is why we want Ukraine.
And that's why we got Alaska, right? Is that
no,
think
we
we
got
got
Alaska
lucky.
way before.
We got
way
lucky
before the
with
Soviets.
Alaska. I think they just sold it to us.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't have any issue with Russia when we got Alaska.
Yeah, they kind of just.
But I've been
gave it
also,
up.
but I also been hearing the reason why we're trying to get
Greenland.
Greenland and Canada so we can cover all that space up
It's
there.
there's a lot of money there and a lot of strategic. Same with Israel, by the way.
Israel. The reason we back Israel, I don't think it's some Jewish cabal thing like the right one.
I won't even go into that.
All right, good. That's fine. I don't think that's a reason. I think Israel is it's the same reason we want Iran. It's just it's having someone that
In that area.
in that area benefits the military industrial complex.
Which weirdly kind of will benefit us.
I don't think it actually benefits us at all. But I don't think China's that our great enemy. Like
It is weird that we're propping him up to be. It is weird.
America became great when we were not at war with anybody. Like we were just better than
the
you.
80s?
No, I'm talking about between America became the biggest economic power in the world between the end of the Civil War through the early 19 teens.
Yeah,
I was jokingly about to bring up 1800s, and then you went there, and I was
And
like,
that's-
that makes sense.
Yeah, the Gilded Age, which everybody says was such a bad thing. The Gilded Age was
Us building.
yes, it was.
It was literally
we
us.
overtook Britain as the superpower
well, not militarily, but just economically.
economically.
That's where you get those fucking pictures of those dudes high up on those fucking
Yes.
scaffolds, eating their fucking lunch.
That's a little later, but yeah.
It's all in that same period,
Yeah.
like early 1900s to the early 1900s.
Rockefeller,
And
Vanderbilt.
everybody talks about how
Laying
the
them
Gilded Age was
rivets.
bad. Like, oh, it was so oppressive to working class. The Gilded Age saw the biggest increase of standard of living among poor and working class people than any other time period in human history.
Trump literally just talked about this. He's like, we want to bring back that.
Yeah, like yes, if we look, they were exploited. Like if you looking at it through today's lens of the
Yes.
first world problems, it was exploitative. But no, we were a developing country. Everybody talks about if you say you want low regulation like it was back then, it's like, oh, you want kids in coal mines. It's like, no. First of all, if we get rid of child labor laws, it would be kids working at GameStop. It would be 12-year-olds who want to buy a new video game working at a grocery store. That's what we would see. And the idea, like, child labor laws never needed to be passed because by the time the first child labor laws passed, like, and it was 12, I think, there was no 12-year-olds working in. Most of them weren't working in factories anyway because the parents were able to make enough money to support them beforehand that they didn't need to send their
Pay them a
kids.
livable wage.
Yes, they didn't need to see because the economic growth was so great. The only reason kids were working in factories and coal mines is like if we don't send our kids to work, we're going to starve to death. Once they got the wages went up and prices dropped, parents were able to feed their kids without it. They obviously stopped sending them to work.
I literally just learned about this because of Mr. Beast, because he, his chocolate company, and somewhere in Africa is the #1 producer of cocoa, and they have a lot of child labor in it, and the reason is because he was like, if you tell these guys don't use child labor, well, then they would starve.
Yes.
Like they wouldn't have the ability.
That's part of developing as a
and then
country.
the only
You have to
way-
go through that step.
The only way you can like get rid of child labor is to pay people livable wages. Adults.
The only way you get that is by economic growth, and and you have to get through that.
But
You
that
have to
guy-
go through the poor wages with child
that
labor.
guy,
That's just
the
economic facts.
The employer wouldn't, if he had money, he wouldn't pay fucking child labor. That's the theory. Like if he had the money to feed his family, he's not going to hire kids.
Yes,
He's like, okay, I can pay adults
in
a livable wage.
America got rid of child labor before there was any child labor. Child labor for that then. Like the first child labor laws were 12. Like now it's 16. You have to be able to work unless it's a family restaurant or whatever.
14, yeah.
Yeah, 14, whatever. But
Ron Swanson, he's like,
yes,
child labor laws are ruining this country.
he's not wrong.
I mean, I'm not gonna, but I don't know much about economics, but it makes sense.
It would just be terrible to be like 60 and you're working at like a Dairy Queen or something, and then like a 12-year-old is working with you. You wouldn't feel depressed about that at all?
I hope I'm never 60 working at a Dairy
Yeah, I
Queen.
was gonna say. I mean, the thing you should say is 65, 70, and that's just someone's part-time job after they retired.
my
Like
God.
if you're 60 and working at Dairy Queen and that's your full
Your source of income, yeah.
your source of
I've
income.
seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah, it sucks.
I've seen it. man.
Most like, I get old people who they retire and then they go work at because they
Yeah,
want
'cause
something to
they're
do.
bored, yeah.
They're bored, but
Yeah, well, go like walk. Don't work at because
working's good for
keeps
you.
you young.
Working is good for you.
It keeps you alive.
Oh man, I'm fucking just dead. Then
Y'all want to keep going? Hold on, can we take a pause real quick?
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Good
Y'all
lord.
ladies need to catch up.
Obviously, I'm the Shane Gillis of this.
Hey, I'm with you, bro.
Oh, you are? All right,
Yeah, I'm
good.
with you.
I just I'm taking some stuff, so I don't want to fuck it up. You know what I mean?
Have you thought of,
Steroids?
Nah.
Oh, sorry. What?
No, there's SARMs.
Have you
Just
thought,
stack
like-
SARMs?
we should probably just be more editing, also having a third
I used
camera?
to.
Okay, of
but
having the whole...
But it broke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to.
All right, that makes
I used to
sense.
have a fifth one that showed
yeah,
us all.
showed everybody.
But I dropped it, the camera, and
Okay.
I don't want to think about it. But yeah,
sorry,
no,
sore subject. Sorry for bringing it up.
I would love to have that.
Okay.
one. Yeah, but it broke. Yeah, I was drunk as fuck one night.
It happens.
Bro, I was so sad. We used to do that. We used to do the TV, but that's a lot of editing.
Yeah.
We used to be able to pull up shit
Oh, pull up shit.
Yeah.
Were you the Jamie of the?
Basically.
most of the time.
But
yeah.
it's so hard because like you're paying attention.
You're trying to Google stuff
Well,
and
you're paying attention to what we're saying.
while
and
also
then-
pulling shit up.
And then Roy be like, "Can you look that up?" And I'm like, "Fuck!" I'm like, "I should." And then
Yeah.
sometimes the internet would be lagging too.
You just hit one of these. You look up from the laptop. You're like,
What's your podcast about?
Nothing.
Just talking.
Yeah, it's me, the three other comedians. We're just fucking bullshit.
Where do you live?
sick.
Midland.
Is it expensive over there?
I live in an RV park, so
Oh, okay. You work in the oil field?
yeah.
How's that? You like landman?
No.
What do they call it? The patch?
Yeah. No, I do. Company I work for, it does environmental work, like we clean dirt after spills, and then we're also a generator rental company.
Sick.
I see this another theory I've heard, or kind of propaganda that oil is like unlimited. It's not, just gonna dry up one day.
It's probably not in our lifetime.
That's what I've heard. Like
It's not in our lifetime at all.
one of those barons I was talking about, like Rockefeller or whatever, invented the term fossil fuel, so it could seem like it's a limited commodity, but it really isn't.
Is that why we're going after Canada and Greenland?
Bro, that's why we want Greenland. But we're sure.
Is there a lot of oil in Greenland?
It's a lot of minerals. There's a lot of oil in Alaska.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
we're not a.
No, well, Trump will fucking say, yeah, well, shit.
We should. Yeah, fucking drill.
Drill, baby, drill. Because it's not bad.
There's
It's not. No.
There's a good scene in that show, Landman, where it talks about
When
what's really going to kill us is not finding the next solution, not oil itself.
Yeah. Well, he says when they're talking about the wind turbines, he says like, "Oh, if this was a realistic alternative."
We'd use it, right?
Yes,
We would
yes.
have-
Exxon, and everybody else would be putting all their money into that. Like it wouldn't be, but it's not. That's why it's not a thing.
Here's the one thing I will say I think might get me flagged. Climate change is a hoax. I don't buy the climate change shit. Is the climate changing? Yes. Is it from us? No.
But then again, it's always been changing for years.
Yes, exactly. I tend to agree with that sentiment. If you want to say is human use doing anything, sure, we might be speeding it up a fraction. Like,
I'm telling you, I don't know nothing, but I've heard these poles shifting is really what's causing things.
okay. Yeah, I'm not even saying you're wrong. Like, I tend to agree with you. If someone says,
That's really what's
is
causing
human cause doing anything? It's like, yeah, it's probably a fraction.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah, I know
think,
Kurt
yeah.
Metzger.
Yeah.
You know, he was telling the Rogan about he was like, when aliens come, he was like, why are they telling me to protect the planet? I don't do nothing to this fucking planet that a whole ass corporation does to this planet or the military does. He's like, go fucking talk to Trump about saving the planet. Don't talk to me about it. What the fuck can I do? And it's like what we produce in a year is nothing.
Like I said,
it's nothing.
if human, even with the military
Just
and
individuals.
corporations, let's just say all human, like, I think even if we are doing our cause to changing the environment, like changing the climate, is so small. Like, I'm not saying we're not making it speeding up a fraction, like a very small fraction of it, but no, like
Not what
if a volcano erupts, it puts out more emissions
CO2.
than what the entire world of human activity does in a year.
Yeah, I saw something like Taylor Swift's one plane. What she admits is it's like 100 people's CO2 emissions in a year.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Also, what I will say when people post about shit online, you guys are full of shit because I clean up the streets. You guys don't care. I clean up your trash at certain places as a landscaper. You guys don't care about the environment. I see what you throw out. Like,
They don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck. Like, quit with this shit on Facebook. You don't
Yeah, I
give a
hate
fuck.
that
You
shit.
do not give a fuck. I clean up the shit
Well,
on the east side, on the north side, on the south side, on the west side. I clean it everywhere. It's the same.
Like, I
everywhere,
do
man.
environmental work in the oil field. Like, I clean up spills, and I'm gonna say, no company gives a fuck about the environment. Like, we're an environmental company. I'm not gonna say our name of it, but we don't really give a fuck about the environment. Like we're an environmental company and a generator company.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Generate money.
Like, those, like, one of those is not, like, generators are not economic, like, clean. Like, that's like, it's not green energy. It's diesel and
yeah. That's all.
it's diesel generators, but
That'd
no,
be
it's-
like a good gig to get into, to like motivate like oil people, like, you know, oil workers, whatever, you know, oil, you know.
I don't know.
You
If
just
you
get
really,
into that job?
if you really care about the
You know what I'm talking
environment, like clean energy, like they would they would be promoting nuclear,
Yeah, exactly.
and they don't. So you know
Exactly.
they're full of shit. They're just communists and want to use that as a reason to bring in communism.
Everybody's full of shit.
Well, I wasn't talking about, I meant just like
but
moral.
don't-
Yeah, I don't even know what you were talking about. I
Yeah.
just cut you off. I didn't care. I
Nobody
just
knows
quit.
what you're talking about.
Isn't nuclear like probably the cleanest?
It is the
source?
cleanest and
Efficient,
cleanest. There's no emissions outside of like the
But the
radioactive
But
race.
we've
But
kind of progressed since what Fukushima. Even then, like the technology has improved so much.
that's not. You're thinking. What's the?
Japan.
No, that was a nuclear bomb. What was the place in the Ukraine that blew up that had the nuclear? Chernobyl.
But there was one in Japan where the
Yeah,
tsunami hit.
Fukushima.
Oh,
I was
okay.
saying
Oh,
we've-
was 10 year? Was that the 10 or 15 years
But
ago one?
Yeah, but we've.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
It's just like, okay, yeah, if one explodes, it's going to cause some havoc. But one.
Everybody uses Chernobyl as the example. It's like, yeah, that was a communist country.
That was a Russian.
It was a communist country. Obviously, it fucked up. They fuck up everything.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I'm not talking about that.
That was God.
no, they're
godless
not
people.
good at any like.
Yeah, like that was God taking care of it.
You
But-
know, one time there was this Russian whore that was running around the bars we go to, and I use that word very deliberately, and she was just a demon. And I remember she was from Russia, and I was like, God bless you is what I told her, and she was like, we're Russian, we don't believe in God, and I was like, okay, well,
Oof.
get away from me. That's why I call them godless people, because that was what she said. But oh fuck, what was I about to say?
in Mother Russia.
You know what I'm talking about, that fucking crazy woman.
Igor and Ivan and fucking. That's the only Russian names I know. Igor and Ivan.
It's always
Oh, that's what I was about to
Victor's
say.
a Russian name.
It's always like